Another week of a friendly nudge. So this week we're making Gribiche sauce. At least that's the way I think we pronounce it. It's a sauce that's got a lot of herbs. It's that right there. What you're looking at is parsley, chives, tarragon, and dill. It's going to have 2 boiled eggs in it, some lemon zest and some lemon juice, shallot, cornichons, which are like little sweet pickles, capers, Dijon mustard, and some olive oil. And you'll see all different kinds of recipes for this, different herbs that they use. Some use hard-boiled eggs, some use soft-boiled eggs. I'm just playing around with it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I think, the shallot that's sitting there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the eggs for about 12 minutes. I'm going to steam them. And what I found is that when I steam them, it makes it a little easier to take the shells off. So just get the water starting to boil and then put them in. And then with the shallot, we're just going to mince it up real fine. So, we're going to go through that process, get rid of the skin and just slice it real fine. And then I just do kind of a quick rough chop. And as you've seen with most of my stuff, I don't worry too much about the perfection with this stuff. It's just, okay, get it cut up pretty fine and put it in the bowl. And then what I do is that I add lemon juice because it's going to go in the recipe anyway. And when you put it on shallots or onions or garlic a little early, it kind of helps mellow them out. So I'm going to take the zest from a half of a lemon. That was the juice from a half a lemon that I put in with the shallots. Now these are the chives. And I'm going to use about half of this bunch. Once again, I'm not going to really do measurement. I'm just going to be like, okay, there's a handful of this. Now, we've got the 2 eggs. We're going to take those out. The 12 minutes has elapsed. And I'm just going to put a little bit of water, around them just to cool them off a little bit, make them easier to handle. And then this is the Italian parsley. I'm going to do probably about half of this bunch, and just chop it up real good. And then that goes into the bowl. And then this is tarragon. You don't find this all the time. I like it. I don't use it a lot, but it's kind of a little bit of an anise flavor. So I'm adding that in. And you could skip it if you can't find it. And then this is dill. I don't use quite as much of the dill because it's got a pretty strong flavor. So putting a little bit of that in. And then capers, I'm going to use right at a tablespoon. And, you could put them in whole. I chop them up just a little bit just to kind of, make sure that you get, caper almost in every bite. And then the cornichons, and like these are just, like I said, they're just like little, they're kind of a sweet pickle. And we're going to go ahead and add one more in there if I can get it out of the jar. There we go. And then just once again, just kind of cut these up. I'm kind of cutting them into coins and then give them a quick chop. And then add that in. And then Dijon mustard. This is going to be, a pretty good squirt. It's probably a couple of tablespoons. And once again, all these things, my suggestion is you just play with them and figure out, okay, this is the quantity and the combination I like. The eggs, I'm just going to chop those up. I've seen one recipe where they do soft-boiled eggs. I'm going to try that one in the future just to see what it's like. And I'm dumping the shallots in there. And then we're going to just hit it with some olive oil. And because this thing is going to have almost like a salsa verde kind of consistency to it. So I'm just going to add the olive oil and then mix it in. And then I'm going to add a little bit more just because I want it to be kind of olive oil heavy. And, you may be looking at this stuff going, okay, what am I going to do with it? This stuff is great on vegetables. It's great on like grilled meat. What I like about using herbs like this is it kind of adds a lot of nutrient density to food and it tastes great. So, I'm going to add just a touch of salt to it. I always try to go light on salt until at the end so I can taste it and then make whatever adjustments to it. So now then what we're going to do is that, okay, I'm going to, once again, make sure I got it right. Yep. Okay, that's good. Now that's kind of what it looks like. Now I'm going to take asparagus and we're just going to roast those pretty quick. And I always like break the stems off instead of cut them because they kind of break along the tough spot. So I just hit it with a little bit of avocado oil and salt. And I'm putting this in a 450-degree oven for 8 minutes. So it's not going to be in there long. And, then this with the Gribiche sauce on it is excellent. I will be doing this again in the future and also use it on grill meat. So have a wonderful week and play with your food.